Dear students and dear parents, you are welcome to the educational YouTube channel Maths for Maths. So far, we have released 10 videos explaining the answers for the questions in part paper 1 of the mathematics model paper. So far, we are discussing. From this video, we hope to discuss the detailed solutions for the questions in paper 2. Paper 2 is a 3-hour paper and consists of two parts A and B. In part A, there are 3 questions in algebra and the other 3 questions will be for the themes number, measurements, statistics, and sets and probability. Out of those 4 themes, 3 themes will be selected to form the other 3 questions in part A. No geometric questions in part A. And in part B, 3 questions will be in geometry and the other 3 will be formed using the content in theme number, measurements, statistics or sets and probability. No algebra questions in part B. 2 out of 6 questions in each part will be essay type questions while other 4 are structured. Therefore, in the entire paper part A and B, there are 4 essay type questions, 2 questions in part A and 2 questions in part B, and 8 structured questions, 4 in part A and 4 questions in part B. So that is the approved format of the paper 2 in GCE O-Level Mathematics. Now we will start to discuss the detailed solutions for the questions in part A of paper 2. The question number 1 is like this: expand following expressions. Number 1, a plus 5 whole thing squared. Number 2, 2x minus 3 whole thing squared. Number 3, x minus 2 whole thing cubed. That is part A. Part B, 2 matrices are given, A and B. We have to find the product of A and B, A multiplied by B, that is matrix multiplication. So, we will see how to answer the question in part A. In part A, we have to expand 3 expressions. 2 are squares and the other one is a cube. For this, to get the correct answer for this, we must know the common pattern of the expressions, which is equal to the square of a binomial. Square of a binomial, two-term expression. If you square it, how many terms are there and what are the special features of those terms? There are 3 terms. If you take x plus y whole thing squared, the expression equal to that one is x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. The first term is the square of the first term of the binomial. Second term is the product of 2 terms of the binomial and taken the twice of that, twice of the product of the 2 terms of the binomial. And the third term is the square of the second term of the binomial. So this pattern is very very important to find the square of a binomial, and this is a sum of two terms, and if you take the difference of two terms as the binomial x minus y squared, the terms are x squared minus 2xy plus y squared, x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. Then the sum of two terms, if we take the cube of that one, cube of the binomial x plus y, that's an addition, then you get four terms. Those are x cube plus 3x squared y plus 3xy squared plus y cube. Here also have a common pattern. There are four terms. The coefficients of four terms are: first term the coefficient is 1, second term the coefficient is 3, third term the coefficient is 3, and the coefficient of the fourth term is 1. So the coefficients are like 1, 3, 3, 1. And the terms are, first one is x to the power 3. X to the power 3 is the cube of the first term of the binomial. And the x terms vary as like this. Here x to the power 3, in the second term x to the power 2, third term x to the power 1, and fourth term no x, that means that is x to the power 0. That is how the powers of x varies in this expression. And y, first term no y terms, that is y to the power 0, second term y to the power 1, third term y to the power 2, fourth term y to the power 3. So if you consider the coefficients and the first variable and the second variable, how their powers are varies, so then easily we can form the expression which is equal to the cube of a binomial. So these and the difference of two terms, if you take the cube of that one, it is x cube minus 3x squared y plus 3xy squared minus y cube. So the first term and the third term are positive, second term and the fourth term are negative. So now we will see how to answer the questions given in the problem. We have to use that previous knowledge to get the answer for the first one. So that is x plus y whole thing squared, that is x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Now we have to find the square of a plus b. So a, if the terms, two terms are a plus b, a and b, square of a, that is a squared, the twice of the product of the two terms, a and 5 plus 5, that is plus 5 plus 5a times 2, that is 10a. And the third term will be the square of the second term of the binomial, that is 5 squared, that is 25. Therefore the answer must be a squared plus 10a plus 25. Now we will go to second part. Second part is 2x minus 3 whole thing squared. So here square of the first term, that is 2x. 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Then the middle term is the twice of the product of two terms here. Two terms are 2x and minus 3. When you multiply those two terms, you get minus 6x. Twice of that one is minus 12x. And the last term is the square of the second term of the binomial, that is square of minus 3. Minus 3 into minus 3, that is plus 9. Therefore, the answer for the 2x minus 3 whole thing squared is 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Then when you come to the third part, you have to use the common expression which we have discussed earlier to a difference of two terms and taken the cube of that one. that's a binomial, but it is a difference of two terms, that is x minus y whole thing to the power 3. So this pattern we have to uh, maintain to get the answer for the x minus 2 whole thing square, whole thing cube. The first one is x to the power 3, then second one is minus 6x squared. How this one has taken? 3 minus 3 is there, x squared, it is okay, and y, now y here is minus 2. So this minus 3 and minus 2 you have to minus, no, yes, this is minus 3. No, minus has been taken because of this y is minus. So you have to take just the value of x is okay, y and minus 3 you have to multiply. Minus 3 and y is 2, so the product of those two is minus 3 into 2 minus 6. So the second term is minus 6x squared. Then this third one is this 3 we have to take, x is okay, this y squared, y is minus 2 squared is plus 4, plus 4 into 3 is plus 12. So the third term is plus 12x. Then the other one is y is minus 2 to the power 3 is minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2, that is minus 8. Therefore, the answer for the expression which is equal to x minus 2 whole thing squared is x cube minus 6x squared plus 12x minus 8. Now we will go to part B. Part B is product of two matrices. When you multiply these matrices, what you have to do is to multiply the rows of first matrix by the corresponding columns of the second matrix. That means the first column we have to multiply by the first row, we have to multiply by the first column of the second matrix. That means 2 and minus 1 we have to multiply by 3 and minus 2. That means 2 by 3, that is 6, minus 1 by minus 2, that is plus 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. And to get the second term of the first row, we have to multiply the first row by the second column of the second matrix, that is 2 by 5, that is 10, minus 1 by 0, that is 0, 10 plus 0 is 10. And to find the element for the second row and the first column, this second row we have to multiply by the first column, then 0 by 3, that is 0, 3 by minus 2, that is minus 6, then 0 plus minus 6 is minus 6. And to find the second element of the second row, we have to multiply this second row by the second column of the matrix B. 0 times 5 is 0, 3 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0. Therefore, the product of matrices A and B are 8, 10, minus 6, 0 as a matrix. So this is the answer for the B part of the first question. So keep in mind the method of multiplying two matrices. The rows of the first matrix we have to multiply by the corresponding columns of the second matrix. Okay. Now we will go to the second question. We will take another video to discuss the question number 2 of the paper 2. Anyway, we will give you that question. Then you can try that question before you watch the video which is explaining the solution of question number 2. You can try this one and get the answer and after that you start to watch the video we have prepared for the solution of the question number 2. Then you can compare your answer with the answer that will discuss by our video. The question is, there are 3 pipes A, B and C by which the water was supplied to a tank. If pipes A and B were opened, it takes 30 minutes to fill the tank completely. If pipes B and C were opened, 20 minutes would be taken to fill the tank, and if pipes A and C were opened, the tank will be filled within 24 minutes. Find how long will it take to fill the tank if all 3 pipes were opened. So you try for this question and keep the answer with you till you watch the video we have released to discuss the solution of this question. We will see with that question.